Let's say you're in a position to pay off your mortgage. That sounds like a great position to be in, right? Should you pay it off? Should you not? What are those financial implications you need to think about before you stroke that check to pay off that mortgage? I'll go through those next. Most of us who own a home have a mortgage, right? It's pretty normal, but as you get older, as you get into your 40s, 50s, 60s, then you want to think about the idea of possibly paying it off. And if you're in a fortunate situation where you might have that opportunity, you need to take a look at the financial piece of it all and what you could gain and what you could also lose. My name's Stephen Kodabash, and I'm a realtor located in the northern Atlanta area, and I get to help people buy and sell houses every day. Should you pay off that mortgage or not? I'm not here to convince you either way. I just want to present some information that you can use to properly evaluate your situation, because everyone's financial position is different, right? We all have different incomes. We all have different debt that we need to pay. We have different expenses and all of that fun stuff. If you do pay off your mortgage, the one big thing you're going to lose out on is you're going to lose out on a tax break. So right now, if you are paying a mortgage, then you're paying interest every single month. So guess what you get to do? You get to take that interest that you have paid at the end of the year, and you get to deduct that from your taxable income. So your taxable income lowers because you take that interest and you apply it to, an interest deduction is essentially what you get, or a tax deduction, I should say, and then you pay less taxes for the year. So that's a big tax break that those of us that have a mortgage, we get to enjoy. So if you think through, hey, if I pay off my mortgage, I lose out on that tax break, which means that I'm going to essentially have to pay a little more money to the IRS at the end of the year. A second thing to consider is that you lose out on the opportunity to invest your money elsewhere. Let's say, for example, that you have a $100,000 balance on your mortgage and you're thinking of taking $100,000 out of your bank account and paying off that mortgage. Well, let's say, for example, right now you're paying 5% interest, right? You've got a 5% interest rate on your mortgage, so that's what you're paying every single year. So obviously, if you pay off that mortgage, that interest expense every month goes away, right? Well, think about this. What if you took that $100,000 and what if you invested it into the stock market? Now, I know the stock market and other investments, other equities like that, nothing is guaranteed, right? You could lose or you could gain as well. But let's say that you have a chance to gain more than 5% on your money. So do you hang on to some of it and invest some of it in other equities and have a chance to earn greater than that 5% interest rate? Something to think about. It's something to consider when you're trying to decide, hey, I've got this 100K cash. What do I do? Do I pay it off? Do I use it to pay off my mortgage, or do I invest it elsewhere? Hey, before we go further, hit that like button and hit that subscribe button for me. A third item to consider is that you lose out on the opportunity to score a risk-free return. So what do I mean by that? Let's go back to that $100,000 example. You could take that money and you could put it in a savings account. And now, if you've got a 5% rate, an interest rate right now, chances are, yes, you're not going to get a guaranteed 5% return on a savings account, right? That interest rate's going to be lower. You could potentially invest that $100,000 into a CD with a bank. That's a guaranteed return, and those rates are often higher than a typical savings account rate. So it's a pretty risk-free type of investment when you're talking about putting money into a simple savings account or investing in a CD. So once again, you've got to balance it, right? What's more important to you? Paying off that loan and getting it, out of mind, out of sight. Some people love that idea, and others like to take a look at, well, hey, where else could I put this money and what could I potentially earn? Everyone's financial position is different. Your circumstance is different than someone else who may be watching this video. So when you're trying to think through, what do I do with this bundle of cash that I have in my hand? Think about everything concerning your financial situation and see what's best for you. One element you need to think of is, what is your appetite for risk, right? What risk am I taking if I take this bundle of cash and invest it elsewhere? So think through, there are a multitude of things that you need to think through as you decide, do I pay off my mortgage? Hey, before you go anywhere, do me a favor, check out this video that I published on my channel where I talk about your home and how to sell your home for more money. What can you do to increase the equity position in your home? Check out that video next and you'll learn a thing or two and put some more cash in your pocket. I hope that I was able to open your eyes up to some different factors that you need to consider when making this big decision. Thanks so much for tuning in, and I'll catch you guys on the next video. See ya.